of Chaitanya Bhagavat. But before that, I would like, if anybody would like to introduce themselves, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Danvat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev ki Jai, Gopinath ki Jai, Vrinda from Atlanta, Panati.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Danvat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Shri Radha Gopinath ki Jai. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for your association.
Executive Dama, Sundari Mataji ki Jai.
Vrinda Gopika Mataji ki Jai.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandarvikadasi from College Station, Texas, and very beautiful recitation of Bhagavad Gita slokas, Kirila Mataji. Thank you for the service of greeting. Hare Krishna, thank you for everything. Hare Bol.
Thank you, Mataji. Danvat Pranam, so glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you for everything. Thank you always for being on the call, always ready to serve. Thank you for your association and thank you for joining the call too. Haribol. Anyone else would like to introduce? To find the quote. Can someone share the quote of Prabhupada's today?
Yes, Mataji.
I'm just searching. I'm not getting it. I was not prepared.
It's in the group, Mataji. I sent it.
Are you sharing?
I sent on the group.
You sent it on the group? Which group?
Mid-morning group.
Oh, okay. CC. Thank you, Mataji. Okay, dear devotees, thank you all so much once again for joining. I know you are maybe not able to unmute, but I welcome Neetu Mataji, Giri Prabhu, Maya Mataji, Prahlad Ananda Prabhu, Sunil Prabhu, Vasundhara Mataji, and Anonymous, our Zoom user. Please accept my humble obeisances. Our glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you everyone for joining us. And we will go ahead and read Srila Prabhupada's quote for today. Thank you, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, for sharing it. 23rd April. This was said by His Divine Grace in Hyderabad on 23rd April 1974. Krishna is dancing, you have seen. Similarly, our position is simply dancing with Krishna and being happy. That is our position. But we have come to this material world to enjoy independently of Krishna. Therefore, we have been captured by the illusory energy. Thank you, Srila Prabhupada, for this wonderful quote. Thank you, dear devotees, for joining us. And we are very fortunate to have His Grace Govardhan Giri Prabhu with us. And Prabhuji will be enlightening us on this wonderful topic of Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat from Antya Khanda, chapter 9, verses 194 onwards. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Please accept my most humble obeisances at the dust of your lotus feet. Please, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, and you can please take over, Prabhu. Thank you for your association. We are really fortunate to have you. Please take over.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tado Jayamudire. Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtike. Ukam Karoti Vachalam Bangam Lankhayate Girim Yatrapatamaham Mande Shri Gurudinatarinam. Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Iswaram Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale. Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nidharamane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschati Desadarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So today we are reading from the Caitanya Bhagavata-Antya Khanda chapter 9 entitled The Glories of Advaita. Today we are reading from text 194 onwards. So we will see how it goes. Text 194, chapter 9, Antya Khanda, Caitanya Bhagavat. Sri Chaitanya Prabhu Nicha Kirtana Suniya, Sabare Dekhai Bhaya Achena Suiya. But after hearing the devotees chant his glories, Sri Chaitanya laid down to induce fear in them. 195. Sukriti Govinda Jana Ilena Prabhure Vaishnava Sakala Asiyachena Duyare. The pious Govinda informed the Lord, all the Vaishnavas have come to see you. Govindere Agnahela Savare Anite Shayane Achena Na Chahena Karubhite. On receiving permission, Govinda brought the devotees in, but the Lord remained lying down, ignoring them. Bhayayukta Hayya Sakala Bhakta Gana Chintite Lagila Gaura Chandrera Charana. Then all the devotees became fearful and they began to meditate on Gaurachandra's lotus feet. Kshane ke uthila Prabhu Shri Bhakta Vatsala Balite Lagila Ay Vaishnava Sakala. After a moment, the Lord, who is affectionate to his devotees, began to speak. O Vaishnavas. So this is the section where the devotees have glorified Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu being the Channavatara, Mahaprabhu acting like the devotee, or he is incarnated as the devotee, he does not want to be glorified as the Supreme Lord. That is something Mahaprabhu is very clearly avoiding throughout this Leela that we can see. He wanted his identity as the Supreme Lord to remain a secret. Therefore, he was very uncomfortable when anybody would glorify him. Normally, we understand that the Lord is Stotra Priya. One of the words that is used to glorify the Supreme Lord is Stotra Priya. That means one who enjoys being glorified. And that is not because the Lord is egoistic, not at all. The Lord enjoys being glorified by his devotees because the Lord knows that it gives unlimited transcendental happiness to the devotees who are glorifying him. And also, Lord being the well-wisher, Suhridam Sarvabhutana. Lord is everybody's Suhrit. He is our actual only well-wisher, the eternal well-wisher. The actual well-wisher for every living entity is the Supreme Lord himself, who is our Father, our best friend, our Paramatma, the closest one to us in every sense of the word. So that Lord, actually, because he is our ultimate benefactor, He is the one who is waiting to give us all the benedictions. So therefore, he knows that glorifying Lord gives benefit to the Jiva who is glorifying him. Therefore, also the Lord is Stotra Priya. Because otherwise the Lord is complete and fully satisfied within himself. That is why he is also called Atma Rama. He does not require happiness from some other source, you know, meaning he does not depend on his happiness through this medium of somebody glorifying him. Lord's happiness is not dependent on our glorifying the Lord as the Supreme Lord. Because he is the Supreme, he is the most powerful, he is the origin of everything, he is the one who knows everything. You name any superlative, everything is automatically assigned to the Supreme Lord only. So that is his position. Everything belongs to him. He is pervading everything. So therefore, what is uh, the point in saying that, oh, he gets very, puffed up when he is glorified? No, not at all. Actually, when we glorify the Lord, we are actually stating only a fact. Correct? Every superlative, every glorification uh, that we make for the Lord, saying that the Lord is all powerful, the Lord is all knowing, the Lord is the source of everything, the Lord is the Swarat, the Lord is the most beautiful, the Lord is the strongest, the Lord is the most chivalrous, the Lord is the most loving. All these are actually, they are all his actual qualities, right? So when we say that I am glorifying the Lord, actually I am simply stating a few facts about the Lord within my limited capacity to state facts. That's all. But by glorifying the Lord, by enumerating these superlative qualities of the Supreme Lord, it benefits the living entity. How does it benefit me, the living entity? Because in the conditioned state, in my conditioned state, I am first attracted to the Aishwarya of the Lord. Aishwarya Jnana Yukta Bhakti. That is automatically we look up to or respect people who are strong in higher positions, people who are very intelligent, people who are, there is more attraction, there is more adoration and everything for these things. So to that ultimate person who is the ultimate source of all these things, naturally he is to be adored, right? And actually he is the only one who is qualified for these things. The only one who is qualified to be glorified is the Supreme Lord. Because whatever glorification you say, already he has got it. All those qualities is already exhibiting. That is why Prabhupada always says, no, Krishna did not become God. Krishna was God, Krishna is God, Krishna will remain God forever. That is the nature of God. That is the nature of Bhagavan. That is the nature of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So the Lord, in that position as the Supreme Lord, he enjoys being glorified. Now take Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has now appeared. He is the Supreme Lord himself, but he is appearing as a devotee. And because he is appearing as a devotee, in order to teach us how to become devotees, that is why in this context, the Lord is not so happy being glorified by the devotees. Therefore, he is acting as if he is not pleased. And the previous verse it says he is lying down as if ignoring all the Vaishnavas. But then what happened? Kshanake uthila Prabhu Sri Bhakta Vatsala. But that so-called anger or so-called ignoring, the devotees did not last kshanake. In a moment's time, here, Nanda Thakur is glorifying as the Lord as Bhakta Vatsala. Because ultimately the devotees are very, very dear to the Lord. The Lord has so much of Vatsalya for his Bhaktas. So that is why Kshanake Uthila Prabhu Sri Bhakta Vatsala Balite Lagila Hey Vaishnava Sakala. And he's calling, hey, all Vaishnavas, look here. Ahe ahe Srinivasa Pandita Udara Aji Tumi Sabha ki Karila Avatara. Oh magnanimous Shivas Pandit, what were you doing today? So now is kicking off a conversation with Srivas Pandit. Chadiya Krishnera Nama Krishnera Kirtana Kiga ila Amareta Buji Bujaha Ekhana. So now he's sort of needling Srivas Pandit. Chadiya Krishnera Nam Krishnera Kirtan. So you have given up Krishna's holy name, you have given up Krishna Kirtan. Kiga ila Amareta Bujaha Ekhana. So leaving Krishna's Kirtan, leaving Krishna's holy name, who are you glorifying today? Please tell me. So glorifying Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna. Mahaprabhu himself is telling Srivas Pandit, so you have given up glorification of Krishna. That means that is something that should not be done, right? We should never give up Krishna's holy name. We should never give up glorifying Krishna. So he is telling Srivas Pandit, so why have you given up that most important thing? Mahavakta Srinivasa Bale na Gosani Jivera Swatantra Shakti Mule Kichunai. Srivas Pandit is equally eloquent. No? So he's replying, oh Gosai, there is no independence at all for the living entity. There is no independence for the living entity. That means living entity is not doing anything by his own Shakti. So indirectly he is telling Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you have only inspired us to do what we have done. Why? Because you are only Paramatma, you are only Supreme Lord. Yena kara, yena bala, yena ishware, sei aji balilana kahila tomare. I can clearly tell you that today we acted and spoke in whatever way the Lord inspired us. So Srivas Pandit in reply, he is saying, we are all your devotees. We are all surrendered to you. So whatever we did today is inspired by you only. Inspired by you only. Prabhu bole tumi sabha haya pandita luka yaye kene tare garaha vidita. So now Lord again is speaking in, these are all very wonderful exchanges between the Lord and his most confidential Parshadas, He says, you are all learned scholars. Why would you expose someone who wants to remain hidden? See, who is he is telling Srivas, you are a Pandit. Pandit means what? You understand everything. You understand the inner meaning as well as the outer meaning, right? That is Pandit. Pandit means not somebody who knows superfluously. Pandita means somebody who understands deeply. No? That is why in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says Pandita Samadarshina. So if you have to be Samadarshina, you should have deep knowledge about all these factors. Only then you can be Samadarshina. So you are all Pandits. So in the commentary it says, Sri Gaursundar said to Srivas and other devotees, you are all learned, so why did you begin glorifying Gaura instead of glorifying the names of Krishna? When Lord Krishna desires to conceal his own identity, what will you gain by disclosing those topics? So Mahaprabhu is saying, I myself want to remain hidden. Because Mahaprabhu's avatar uddeshya, the whole purpose of the Lord incarnating as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, especially the external reason, is to practice, to preach Yuga Dharma. By teaching Yuga Dharma by his own practice. That is the whole idea of Mahaprabhu's avatara, the external reason. That is very clear. So the Lord is saying that I don't want to be glorified as the Supreme Lord. Because if I am glorified as a Supreme Lord, then this Yuga Dharma Palana of chanting of the Supreme Lord's holy names would be adversely affected. You compare and contrast this with, fallible human beings who claim themselves to be God and want their names to be chanted by their followers. In contrast, you take here the Supreme Lord himself appearing as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and telling his most confidential devotees, that don't glorify me. He could have told, no, if behind closed doors you can glorify me, that's okay. Externally, don't do it. That will give him, right? But the Lord is not doing that. The Lord is saying, why are you doing this when the person himself wants to remain hidden? Very important question. No? Very interesting question as well. So, now Srivas Pandit reacts in the most wonderful way. सुनिया प्रभुरा वाक्य पंडित श्रीवासे हस्ते सूर्य आच्छादिया मने मने हसे. Or Srivas Pandit does something more wonderful. On hearing the Lord's words, Srivas Pandit chuckled to himself as he tried to cover the sun with his two hands. प्रभु बोले की संकेत कैला हस्त दिया तुम्हारा संकेत तुम्हें कहा था भांगिया. The Lord then asked him, what is the meaning of this gesture you are making with your hands? Please explain. So what did Srivas do? Srivas Pandit was doing, he was holding two hands in front of him as if to cover the sun. So Mahaprabhu very clearly understands what he is trying to, what is the inner meaning of that. But Mahaprabhu, just to maintain that banter, the friendly conversation between two of them, he says, what is it that you are showing with your hands? Please explain. Srivasabalena haste surya dakhilana, tomare vidita kari ei kahilana. To tell you the truth, I was covering the sun with my hands. It's very obvious that nobody can cover the sun with his two hands. So, haste kika khana pari surya achadite sei mata asambhava toma lukaite. But how is it possible to cover the sun with one's hands? Similarly, it is impossible to hide you. So Srivas Pandit is saying, whether you want to remain hidden or not, that is now out of question. For you to remain hidden is now out of question, because it is like trying to hide the sun with two hands. Just by holding our two hands together, we can never hide the sun. Similarly, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Bhagavan himself, his glories cannot be hidden. Ultimately, it cannot be hidden. Surya yadi hasta vaha yena achadita taba tumi lukaite nara kadachita. Even if the sun can somehow or the other be covered by one's hands, you will never be able to hide yourself. Because sun is, after all, manifesting himself in this material world. So let us say somebody can, by his yoga shakti or whatever, using two hands, he may be able to hide the sun. But you are the Supreme Lord. Hey Mahaprabhu, you are the Supreme Lord. Even if we can, if we may even manage to hide the sun with our two hands, but hiding your glories, hiding you, is impossible. Srivas Pandit saying, Yenarila luka ite kshiroda sagare lokalaye achadana kisi karitanre. How could one hide in this world when he could not hide in the ocean of milk? Because the Supreme Lord also, as Kshirodakasai Vishnu, is lying down on Anantashesha in the Kshira Samudra. And although the Kshira Samudra is very huge in size, and the Lord is lying there in a manageable size that can be viewed by the devotees, the Kshira Samudra or the milk ocean can never hide the Lord. The Lord can never hide himself within the milk ocean. That is the nature of the Lord. And that is the nature of the entire material manifestation, where the Lord can never be hidden. Hema Giri Setu Bandha Prithvi Paryanta Tamara Nirmala Yase Purila Diganta. From Himalayas to Setu Bandha, throughout the world, your glories are spread in all directions. He's saying right from the Himalayas, where the Lord is there as Nara Narayan, down all the way to Setu Bandhana, whereas Lord Ramachandra, he built that Setu, that bridge across the ocean. So everywhere, right from the beginning of Himalaya, right down to the Setu Bandhana, this entire world is manifested by the various pastimes of the Lord, and His glory is manifested like that. Correct? Every part of the world you will find that the Lord's glory is there due to some Leela or the other Leela. Yes, so Srivas Pandit is saying, you are that same Lord who did all those things. So how is it possible that your glory can be hidden? Brahmanda Purna Haila Tamara Kirtane Kata Jana Danda Tumi Kariba Kemane. The chanting of your glories has filled the entire universe. How many people can you punish for this? See, the Lord, His glories are constantly being chanted by the devotees in all the various lokas. During all times, when the created manifestation, as long as it exists, as long as it is in its manifested state, this glorification of the Supreme Lord is going on in all the different planetary systems within this manifested universe. It's constantly going on. Brahmanda Purna Haila Tomara Kirtane. The entire Brahmanda, your Kirtan is going on. The devotees are doing your Kirtan. Kata Jana Danda Tumi Kariba Kemane. So he's saying, oh, here I am there, and all these devotees are there. We are all your servants. You are dear to us. So we are glorifying you. And you want to punish us because we are glorifying you. Because you don't want to be, known as the Supreme Lord. But what about all those devotees in all the planetary systems who are glorifying you? And it's constantly going on. Here it is at Brahmanda. That means the entire Brahmanda is manifest universe. It is going on. So who are you going to stop? How are you going to stop? How are you going to punish all those people? So repeatedly, Srivas Thakur, Srivas Pandit, he is establishing indirectly that you are the Supreme Lord, you are the Supreme Lord, you are the Supreme Lord without saying so. That is the wonderful nature of this conversation. Sarvakala Bhakta Jaya Vadhana Ishware Hena Kale Adbhuta Haila Asidware. The Lord always increases the glories of His devotees. At that time, something wonderful happened just outside the door. Sarvakala Bhakta Jaya Vadhana Ishware. So the Lord actually is always, just as the devotee is glorifying the Lord also ensures that his devotee is glorified. Just like as much as Krishna is glorified in the Bhagavad Gita, even more so Arjuna is glorified as the person who heard Bhagavad Gita, as the person who executed Krishna's order as given to him in the Bhagavad Gita. Is it not? So more than the Lord, Arjuna became glorified in Bhagavad Gita. The Lord is glorified, but the devotee gets even more glorified. Bhishma became even more glorified. Kunti Devi became even more glorified. Arjuna became even more glorified. Yudhishthira Maharaj became even more glorified. Parikshit became ultimately glorified. All these devotees, they become glorious and they are known as much as Krishna is known in Srimad Bhagavatam. Parikshit Maharaj is known through Srimad Bhagavatam. Shukadeva Goswami is known through Srimad Bhagavatam. All great devotees. So, Purnadadas Thakur says, the Lord always increases the glories of his devotees. Sahasra Sahasra Jana Najani Kothara Jagannatha Dekhi Aila Prabhu Dekhi Bara. Thousands of people who had come to take darshan of Lord Jagannath suddenly came to see Lord Chaitanya. Kehava Tripura Keha Chati Grama Vasi Shri Hatiya Loka Keha Bangladesi. People coming from all over the place to have darshan of Jagannath. Some people came from Tripura, some people from Chatigram, some people from Srihatta, and some people came from Bengal. So people coming from different parts to have darshan of Lord Jagannatha, they heard about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu staying in Jagannath Puri. So they have all come to Mahaprabhu's residence outside the door. Sahasra Sahasra Loka Karena Kirtana Sri Chaitanya Avatara Kariya Varnana. There are thousands of people performing Kirtana in glorification of Lord Chaitanya. And how were they glorifying? Jaya Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Vanamali Lijaya Jaya Nija Bhakti Rasa Kutuhali. All glories to Sri Krishna Chaitanya, who wears a garland of forest flowers. All glories to the Lord, who eagerly enjoys the mellows of his own devotional service. This is a very wonderful aspect of the appearance of Sri Chaitanya. Li Jaya Jaya Nija Bhakti Rasa Kutuhali. All glories to the Lord, who eagerly enjoys the mellows of his own devotional service. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami in Chaitanya Charitamrita, there is this very famous shloka. Chiradadattam nijagupta vittam swapremna namamrita atyudara apamaram yo vidatara gaura Krishno janebhyas tamaham prapadye. This Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has appeared. Chirad adattam nijagupta vittam. For a long time, this nijagupta vittam, that most confidential, the most secretive property, adattam, not given. That most sacred property belonging to the Supreme Lord, not given for a very long time. So, prema namamritam atyudaraha. What is that? Ati udaraha. Most merciful. Most magnanimous Mahaprabhu has given what? Swaprema namamritam. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave that Swaprema namamritam. To who? Pamaram yo vitatara gauraha. Pamara, the lowest of people. To them also it is given by Gaura, who is Krishno Janebhyas Tamaham Prapadye. That Lord Krishna, who came as Gauranga Mahaprabhu, he is giving this Chirad Adattam Nijagupta Vittam Swaprema Namamrita. So, this Nama, this Krishna's holy name, Amrita, it is Amritam, it is nectar. That nectar, and that nectar is most nectarian because it can award you Swaprema. That is, Krishna's prema. Here, Prabhupada uses the word Gaura Krishna in the purport. That Krishna himself appeared as Gauranga Mahaprabhu, and that Gauranga Mahaprabhu is giving Chirad Adattam Nijagupta Vittam. For a long time, this was not given. It is said that this is one thing that Krishna gives the most reluctantly. The Swaprema, Krishna Prema, is something that Krishna awards most reluctantly because he knows that then he becomes bound by that prema. He becomes bound by that prema that then he has to, when somebody develops prema like Yashoda, then Krishna has to cry. Krishna has to get tied up. When somebody develops prema like Nanda Maharaja, then Krishna carries his paduka on his head. Right? Of course, Krishna does all these things with complete love, reciprocating that love completely. But imagine that kind of prema, that kind of vatsalya prema, sakhya prema, madhurya prema, all those categories of prema that is available in Vraja, Krishna awards all of that very, very, very rarely. Sudurlabha, it is called. It is called Sudurlabha. Sudurlabha is the word that Rupa Goswami uses in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu about Shuddha Bhakti. It's very, very rarely attained. But here what has happened is that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Pamaram. Pamaram means, Pamara is in one sense an opposite word to the word Pandita. Pandita means one who knows everything very well, very deeply, very vastly, everything. Pamara means just the opposite, does not know anything. So somebody who does not know anything, he becomes the recipient of Krishna Prema, just imagine. That is the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That is why Rupa Goswami calls him Namo Mahavadanyaya. Even more Vadanyaya than Krishna himself. Krishna does not give this very easily. He gives it to very select people, and with whom he plays all the leelas. So it's like a very exclusive group of bhaktas. But Krishna himself, appearing as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, just opens it up for everyone in Kali Yuga. That's what he wants. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in the depth of his heart, he wants every Pamara to attain Krishna Prema. So he is giving it. And then somebody who is giving this level of mercy, and that mercy that will be the cause of the ultimate benefit of the living entity, the highest platform called Prema. So how can it be that such a person will remain hidden? This is Srivas Pandit's point. So that is why Srivas Pandit is saying, and all these people are standing outside, the thousands of people, they are glorifying Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Jaya Jaya Parama Sannyasi Rupadhari, Jaya Jaya Sankirtana Lampata Murari. This word is very wonderful. Jaya Jaya Parama Sannyasi Rupadhari. He is a Supreme Lord who has accepted Sannyasi Rupadhari. He has accepted the role of a sannyasi, or the Vesha, the garb of a sannyasi. And he is Parama Sannyasi, topmost sannyasi. Of course, because he is Parama Purusha, so sannyasi also Parama Sannyasi. He is the topmost sannyasi. Why? Because he is the Supreme Lord. And not only that, all glories to Murari, who is most attached to the process of Sankirtana. Here, this word Sankirtana Lampata is used. So, the commentary it says the phrase Sankirtana Lampata refers to one who is more intensely attached to the congregational chanting of Krishna's glories than to the other limbs of devotional service. Now, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu naturally, as we know, the external reason for his appearance is to give the holy name of Krishna to everyone. And therefore, the primary practice of all the Chaitanya Vaishnavas, all followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is the Kirtana and Japa of Krishna's holy names in the form of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra as given by the Lord. So here they are glorifying him as Sankirtana Lampata. Generally, the Lampata word is used in many places with a negative connotation, that somebody who is excessively attached to. There's one word called Stri Lampata, attached to other women excessively, that kind of. But here, Sankirtana Lampata, so there is no negative connotation in this. It simply glorifies the Sankirtan aspect of this entire the body of bhakti. If we take all the limbs of devotional service put together, the most prominent, the most important, let us say the root of all the limbs of devotional service is this Nama Sankirtana acts as the root of all the limbs of devotional service. So that is stressed by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu through his public chanting. Correct? In public, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always chanted Krishna's name. Hari Bolo, Hari Bolo. He was always telling people, chant the name of Hari, chant the name of Hari. And then he was singing the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And getting all his main followers to take this Sankirtan on to the outer spaces, so to say. Everywhere, spread it. So they are glorifying him as Sankirtana Lampata because Mahaprabhu is so attached to Krishna Kirtan. When taking all the limbs of devotional services, Mahaprabhu is attached to the Sankirtana, the glorification of the Supreme Lord's names. Jaya Jaya Dvijaraja Vaikuntha Vihari, Jaya Jaya Sarva Jagatera Upakari. Continuing the glorification, all glories to the best of the Brahmanas, Dvijaraja, Vaikuntha Vihari, one who is always enjoying in Vaikuntha. So they are now confirming that you are the master of Vaikuntha. You are the best among the Brahmanas because you appear now as a Brahmana. So naturally you are the best among the Brahmanas. Jaya Jaya Sarva Jagatera Upakari. So as Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also Jagatera Upakari. Because in this Jagat you are giving, personally you are giving the opportunity for everyone to raise themselves to the transcendental platform. Therefore you are the greatest Upakari. Because you are giving the way, no? You are opening the door and saying, come on, get inside. That nobody has done. So therefore you are Jagatera Upakari. In this world, everyone is benefited by you, by your action. By your inviting all the entire Jagat, you are inviting, please come join. So therefore, you are the Upakari, your topmost Upakari for the entire Jagat. There is no other Upakari like you. No other benefactor like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for this Brahmanda put together. Because he is giving everybody the opportunity. Come on, take it. Jaya Krishna Chaitanya Sri Sachiranandan Ei Mata Gai Sata Sankhya Nache Sata Sankhya Jana. All glories to Sri Krishna Chaitanya, the son of Sachi. In this way, hundreds of people chanted and danced. Sri Vasabalena Prabhu Ebe Ki Kariba Sakala Sansara Gaya Kotha Lukaiba. Then Srivas Pandit said, "Oh my Lord, what will you do now? This whole world is singing your glories. Where will you hide? Muni ki sikhai Prabhu ek sab lokere ei mata gaya Prabhu sakala samsare. Have I taught these people, all these people? Oh Lord, the entire world chants your glories in this. Srivas Pandit is saying, don't say that I am the one who taught all these things to everybody. By your actions, by your glorious activities, it has now come to be known to the general public that you are the Supreme Lord. Although you want to remain unknown, although you want it to be a secret that you are the Supreme Lord, but your actions have given you away. Your munificence has given away your identity as the Supreme Lord. Because only the Supreme Lord can be so merciful. Why? Because even in mercy, nobody can outperform the Supreme Lord, right? Because He is the most everything. As we said in the beginning, every superlative belongs to the Lord only. So most merciful Lord. So therefore you have shown your mercy. You have shown your mercy in such a way that everybody has now understood. Even the Pamaras, why? That is the whole idea. You had the whole idea that even the Pamaras should become devotees and they should also get Krishna Prema. So therefore now everybody knows. Huh? So he says, I am not responsible. You are responsible. How wonderful, no? Adrishya vyakta tumi haya o natha karunaya hai acha jivera sakshata lukava pane tumi prakasha pane yare anugraha kare jane sei jane. Oh Lord, although you are unseen and unmanifest, you have now mercifully manifest yourself before the people of this world. You hide yourself, you manifest yourself. Only one who receives your favor can know you. So, what Srivas Pandit is saying here is that you manifest yourself, you remain unmanifest. You again manifest yourself. But the Lord manifesting Himself, who can see that? It is only the devotee can see that. One who is the recipient of the mercy of the Lord, only such persons can see. So in the commentary it says that self-controlled persons are able to see the Supreme Personality of Godhead who cannot be seen by material eyes or understood by material mind, who has no material family, no material caste, no material eyes, ears, hands or feet, who is eternal, all-powerful, all-pervading, subtle and unchanging, and who is the creator of all. So, the Upanishad Vakya is very clear that Agrahyam, Agotram, Avarnam, Achakshuhu, Strotram, Apanipadam, Nityam Vibhum, Sarvagatam, Susukshmam, Tad Avyayam Yat, Bhutayonim, Paripashyanti Dhiraha. So, Upanishad, one word is that Dhira only can see the one who is Adreshyam, Agrahyam, Agotram, Avarnam, Achakshusrotram, Apanipadam, Nityam Vibhum, Sarvagatam, Susukshmam, Avyayam, Bhutayonim. These are all the characteristics of the Supreme Absolute Truth. Starting with Adrishayam, Agrahyam, Agotram, Avarnam, Achakshusrotram, like that. So Upanishad says that only a Dhira can see. Paripashyanti dhira. So here, that is what Srivas Thakur is saying, that only those who are recipient of your special mercy can see you. And because you are very, very merciful, you have given this mercy to everyone, so everybody is able to see you. So who can stop it? Because you yourself have decided that it has to be given like that, right? Because you are the, you are supremely independent. You are supremely merciful. You are giving. Also, then the commentary quotes Narayana Upanishad also. The one unmanifested who possesses unlimited forms, the primeval Lord of the universe and the Lord who is transcendental to the material creation, is certainly the sustainer, the absolute truth, and the supreme Brahman of the sages. The Laghu Bhagavata-Amrita quotes the following verses from Mahabharata. Do not consider that I am visible because I have a material form. If I wish, I can disappear within a moment. I am the controller and spiritual master of the universe. O Narada, the form of mind that you are seeing now, that you are now seeing, is the creator of the illusory energy. Therefore, you should know that I am completely unaffected by the material nature. O Brahaspati, neither you nor we are able to see the Lord. Only who attains the Lord's mercy is able to see him. Again, Laghu Bhagavata quotes Padma Purana also. Because his form is eternal and full of knowledge and bliss, Lord Krishna is beyond the perception of the senses. By the power of his own transcendental potency, the Lord shows himself to his devotees. In summary, the Lord cannot be seen by ordinary living entity, however much he may put effort. Although we speak about becoming qualified to see the Lord by yoga, by jnana, by bhakti, various different ways, say that the living entity becomes qualified to see the Lord, let us say. But actually, ultimately, that qualification, that designation of the jiva as someone qualified to see the Lord is given by the mercy of the Lord. Minus the mercy of the Lord, whatever effort we put, it is like putting that one before the zero. All the efforts that we keep on putting are all 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So the Lord's mercy comes as one before all the zeros, then there is value. That is the. But when the effort put in by the devotee is genuine, then naturally the Lord will put that one, that mercy of his. And then the devotee is able to see the Lord. Then the yogi is able to see the Paramatma. Like that. Therefore, the most important thing is that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because he was so merciful, he allowed all these people to view him as the Supreme Lord. He allowed them to see him as the Supreme Lord, so they were all glorifying him. You are the Supreme Lord, you are the Supreme, you are the Supreme. You are the Sannyasotama, you are the Vanamali, you are the one who have given, your prema, you are the one who is enjoying in your own prema. All these things, how they are able to say, how all the general public is able to say, because Mahaprabhu made it possible. So that is, in summation, the unlimited ultimate mercy of the Supreme Lord. But what does the Supreme Lord say? Prabhu bale tumi nija shakti prakashiya bala avalokera mukhe janilana iha. The Lord said, I can understand that you have made these people glorify me by manifesting your spiritual potency. तो वारे हरिला मुनि सुना पंडिता janilana tumi sarva shakti samanvita. Oh Pandita, I have been defeated by you. I can understand that you possess all potencies. Now the Lord completely turned the plate. He told Srivas Pandit, no. Because initially what did Srivas Pandit say? I am not I am not responsible for this. I am glorifying you. All of us are glorifying you because you are inspiring us. And all these people are glorifying you outside. Thousands of people are glorifying you. How? Because the entire world, the entire universe is glorifying you in various forms, in various places, various devotees. How can we control and all those things? She was. Finally, Lord said, no, no, no. I see that your potency. You are exhibiting your potency in such a way that all these people are glorifying me. Then, Vrindavan Thakur says, Sarvakala Prabhu Badayana Bhaktajaya Eitana Swabhava Vede Bhagavate Kaya. It is the nature of the Lord to always increase the glories of his devotees. This is confirmed in the Vedas and the Bhagavatam. So, this, what you call, interaction between the Lord and his confidential devotees, of the devotee glorifying the Lord, Lord glorifying the devotees, this goes on eternally, in Lord Chaitanya's Leela. हास्य मुखे सर्व वैष्णवेरे गौरराय विदाय दिलेना सबे चलिलावासाया. Then smiling on the devotees, the Lord sent them off and they returned to their residences. So this is like one section. So glorifying Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Srivas Thakur, and all the wonderful devotees, all the Gaura Bhakta Vrinda is being glorified in these verses. The Lord glorifying the devotees and the devotees glorifying the Lord. Thank you so much. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat ki jai, Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Jai, thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you. Wonderful session, Prabhu. Very, very nice. Just one thing, Prabhu. Why he's being glorified as Sankirtana Lampata? Because as you already said, that Lampata is a negative connotation normally used, like we see in Shikshashtakam also. If you
So
can
that
throw
can
some
be
more light.
used, when you are very close. That Shikshashtakam also Yatha Tadava Vithata Tulampato. So that is when somebody becomes very close to the Lord, then you can call him Lampata also. He doesn't mind. Only you and me, we cannot go to the Lord and tell him you are a Lampata, that he may not like it so much. But devotees who are very close to the Lord, they can address him in whatever way they want. Just like the gopis scolding the Lord sometimes. The Lord enjoys that. So that way we have to take it.
Yes, Prabhuji. But the word Lampata with Sankirtan, like how to understand that?
That is what Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur is explaining, that just to show that because the Lord is most attached to that particular form of bhakti, when you consider all the other limbs of bhakti, this Nama Sankirtana is the one that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is most attached to over and above everything else. Just like when you call somebody a Lampata, that means he's overly attached to women rather than everything else in life. That is that meaning. Correct. That is the
Yes.
negative intonation is like that, that's a big weakness kind of. Here, because it is connected to bhakti, it is not a weakness, it is actually a strength. So therefore, we have to balance it that way and understand it.
Yes. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Yes, Sunil Prabhu, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhu Dandatpanam. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for such a beautiful nectarian class. It was so beautiful, Prabhu, when Srivas Thakur gave all the logics why you should not glorify me. He gave the example of a son, and even as Mahavishnu, you can't hide yourself. Then how can you hide in this earth? Thank you so much, Prabhu. Prabhu, just a question: why did Mahaprabhu said? He first said you should speak about Krishna, and then he asked, "Whom are you glorifying?" Like he knew, right? He was glorifying me. That I couldn't understand.
Yeah, no, see, that is why I said this is like a very, this conversation between two people who know everything, but externally when they express, they both talk as if they don't know. You see Srivas Pandit's replies also, you see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's question, and then the back and forth, if you see, they are not explicitly stating what they want to say. They are leaving so much of unsaid things in between them, knowing very well that both understand what the other one is speaking. You understand? This is when there is so much of prema between two people. No? Even in the material world, you will find that two people who have so much of affection for each other, they sometimes it is seen as if they speak, in riddles, but both of them know that what the other one is saying. So that is just a very, perverted reflection in the material world that we see. So just take it to the transcendental level and try to understand that here is Supreme Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Shivas Pandit is none other than Narada Muni. So therefore they know each other very well. They have been interacting eternally. They have this back and forth all the time. So therefore, this is another back and forth between Lord and Shivas Pandit as if the Lord does not know. And Shivas Pandit teasing the Lord back as if, I am trying to use my two hands to hide the sun, So even when Shivas Pandit says that the Lord is asking as if he does not know what he's trying to say. The Lord already knows. Shivas Pandit already knows that the Lord knows. So therefore, this is something that is done to increase the enjoyment of the devotees. You must understand this. So when devotees, when they hear this, they feel the transcendental bliss because this is something that is very beautiful, very sweet. This is what is called real madhurya, real sweetness in the exchange between the Lord and his most confidential devotees. Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji, thank you so much. Another question is, Prabhu, like in this past time, when all the devotees glorified Mahaprabhu, he went away and he was lying there and he ignored all those. And then Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur says, Mahaprabhu Bhakta Vatsala. He became compassionate. I was just thinking about Chota Haridas Thakur Prabhu. Like he has to fast for 3 days continuously. He wouldn't eat if Sarv Damodar Goswami didn't say to eat. And then one Nihari, Mahaprabhu ignored him directly. At that time, where was this Bhaktavatsala?
See, you cannot compare two things, two separate occasions, and try to find a commonality between the two situations. That happens because we are on that platform of Dvandva. So we take this and we take that, and then we question. So if Lord is Bhaktavatsala, why didn't he show his Bhaktavatsala in that particular occasion? Whenever we have that kind of contradiction in our understanding, we must just remember that the Lord is supremely independent and he chooses to do it this way in this occasion. He chose to do it that way on that occasion. That's it.
Yes, Prabhuji, he is independent out of
Because always the contradiction is in our intellect. You understand? The contradiction that we see is in our understanding. There is this contradiction. In the Lord's Leela, there is no contradiction. I hope you are able to get me what I'm saying.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Yes, dear devotees, anyone else has any questions, any realizations to share? You can unmute or you can raise your hand. Okay, Prabhuji. Yeah, go ahead, Sunil Prabhu. You want to say something?
Confirmation, you have said that we shouldn't compare the pastimes, Prabhu. But I always hear in lectures, whenever there is pastime of Dhruva Maharaj, there is a comparison between the Prahlad Maharaj. When there is a pastime of Srila Haridas Thakur, there is a comparison with Shobhar Muni, like how they fell down, why he didn't fall down. So what about that perspective, Prabhu? So we just
see, comparing for our understanding is okay. That is when we compare two leelas to improve our understanding. We can. My point was that when you compare to do some testing, then that means that contradiction.
Prabhuji, we can't hear you.
Your voice is low, Prabhu. Sorry.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, Prabhu. Now you're audible.
Yeah. See, comparing the Lord's two activities, like how the Lord dealt with one devotee and how the Lord dealt with another devotee, in a way that is to improve our understanding, we can compare, nothing wrong. But comparing and then questioning the action of the Lord, only what I said is that that contradiction happens within our intellectual level only. There is no contradiction in the Lord's action or the activities within the Leela, there is no contradiction. Similarly, what happens with Prahlad Maharaj or what happens with Haridas Thakur, what happens with some other devotee, again, to understand, to improve our understanding, we can always see this happened in this Leela, this happened in that Leela, and we take lessons from those comparisons. That is not a bad thing at all. And even this, the contradictions when they appear to us, that is also, I am not saying that is an offensive thing per se. I am saying that any contradiction that you see, that we see in a particular Leela, or when comparing two Leelas, that contradiction arises because of our Dvandva Buddhi only. That much we must understand. And it is not offensive. It is not, it is not something that wrong and it should not be done. Not in that sense. All I am saying is that contradictions are always within our level of understanding only, because in the Lord's Leela there is no contradiction. That is one rule we have to accept and then go along with it and try to understand it. Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji, understood. So there is no contradiction, and especially we should not question why he did that. Right, Prabhu?
No, we can see question will arise in our mind. Then we should apply this cardinal rule that there is no contradiction in Lord's actions. You understand?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, dear devotees, anyone else has anything?
Hare Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Dandavat Pranam, Prabhu. Sorry, I missed a little bit of class, but I was trying to summarize. I understood that God gives mercy to the devotees to understand Him or to know Him, and He cannot be hidden, right? And I remember one karma by story from Jagannath temple. She used to make khichdi, and even God does mercy to real devotee. They cannot be hidden. Is that right way to understand, Prabhu?
Can you come again? The last portion I couldn't get.
So I remember I remember there was one karma by story. She used to make khichdi for Jagannath, and no one knew that she used to make it. So is it same for the devotees that the real devotees cannot stay hidden? God eventually exposes
Yes,
them.
both will get exposed. The pure devotee will be glorified. The charlatans will be exposed. Lord will do it in His own sweet time.
Thank you, Prabhu. Such a nectarian class, Prabhu. The way you were explaining, it was so wonderful, Prabhu. I really enjoyed the class. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you for your valuable
Thank you.
time. Thank you for your association and patiently answering all questions. Thank you, dear devotees, for joining us today. Let's pay our obeisances to all the Vaishnavas. So, Vansha
कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभयवच पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः
Anant Koti Vaishnav
वैष्णवी
Vrinda
की
Ki
जय
Jai.
श्रीला
Jai His
प्रभुपाद
Grace
की
Govardhan Giri
जय
Prabhu Ki Jai.
जय
Thank you,
Thank you,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Thank
Krishna.
you,
Koti koti
Prabhuji.
dandavat
Hare
pranam. Hare
Krishna.
हरे
Krishna.
कृष्ण
Thank you,
हरि
Prabhuji.
बोल
Hare
Thank you, dear
Krishna.
devotees, for joining us. See you all tomorrow. Hare Krishna. Ending.